Hello again guys, GS3 here with VOA Firearms, and today I'll be going over gun safety rules. One of the most important rules of gun safety is to make sure that you read the manual that comes with your firearm, given that it provides information specific to that firearm's handling and safety. These gun safety rules that I'll be going over applies to concealed carry, open carry, and safely packing away your firearm. While going over the gun safety rules, I'll be using a firearm to do some demonstrations. This firearm is clear, there is no magazine inside the magwell, and there is no ammunition inside the chamber. Rule number 1, always make sure that your firearm is pointed in a safe direction. This means knowing your target and what's beyond your target. This will help you to avoid destroying something you do not intend to destroy. Rule number 2, always keep your finger outside of the trigger well and off the trigger until you're ready to fire. This means while aiming, do not put your finger inside the trigger well. Make sure it's outside of the trigger well and not on the trigger. This will help you to avoid accidental discharges and also destroying something you do not intend to destroy. Rule number 3, knowing how to use your gun. That goes back to the firearms manual. All information about the safety and handling of your firearm should be in the manual. Some of you buy a firearm used. It is okay. There should be a manual on the manufacturer's website that provides the same information that is in the printed manual that is shipped with the firearm. Rule number 4, make sure your gun is safe to operate. A dirty firearm will cause malfunctions. It's important to clean your firearm and properly oil all the parts that are moving. Number 5, always use the correct ammunition. That means do not use any other ammunition than what is specific to the firearm. For example, some AR-15s are 223 only, while some AR-15s are 5.56 NATO and 223. If you own an AR-15 that chambers 223 only, do not attempt to fire a 5.56 NATO round in that AR-15. However, if you own an AR-15 that is a 5.56 NATO, you can, and it's safe to use 223 ammunition as well. Using incorrect ammunition can cause bodily harm. Rule number 6, as it applies to packing your gun away or traveling across state lines, always keep your gun unloaded and your bullets separate from your firearm. As it relates to concealed carry and open carry, always make sure that your gun is loaded and there is one in the chamber. Rule number 7, if you're bringing your guns across state lines or safely packing it away, make sure the safety is on. When you're concealed carrying or open carrying, always make sure there is one in the chamber and the safety is off. This will prevent panic. If you pull your firearm and squeeze the trigger and nothing happens, most people will panic. If the safety is on, nothing will happen, which will lead to panic. If the safety is off, it will fire as intended. Rule number 8, do not at any time use alcohol or drugs before using a firearm. Alcohol or drugs impairs your vision. Sometimes it speeds you up or it slows you down, and this can have adverse effect if you proceed to using your firearm, and you can harm someone you love or even cause yourself bodily harm. Rule number 9, store your guns where they are inaccessible to unauthorized persons. This will prevent unauthorized access of your firearm. Rule number 10, assume that all firearms are loaded. This will help you to exercise caution and handle the gun with greater responsibility. Rule number 11, it is important to educate yourself and those around you how to use your firearm and about gun safety. This will prevent misuse and will also bring awareness and understanding to everyone about the safety of a firearm. In this segment, we'll talk about what should kids know about guns. It is important to talk to your children about guns. Even if you do not own a firearm or have a firearm in your household, it's still important to educate your kids about how dangerous a gun can be in the wrong hands and if it's being misused. Instruct your children that if they see a firearm unattended and unsupervised, they should stop what they're doing and notify an adult immediately. Warn your kids not to go snooping around for guns in your household or in the household of others. Also, Make sure your kid is aware that some guns do look like toy. So even if they see a gun laying around and it looks like a toy, do not touch it. Their first instinct should be notify an adult immediately. Teach your children that it is not okay to handle a firearm without adult supervision. Parent, adults, please be a gun safety role model to your children and the children of others. Children live what they learn. Make sure your child or children is learning proper gun safety and proper gun handling. Therefore, that is a lesson that will stick with them for the rest of their lives, and that is something that they will teach their peers and make sure their peers are aware of. Safety. The S stands for keep your firearms secured, whether in a safe or on your person. The A stands for be aware of your surroundings. It is important to understand what is going on around you. The F stands for be focused and stay focused. The E stands for educate yourself and others around you about firearm safety. The T stands for trust. Trust yourself, believe in your abilities, and be responsible. The Y stands for you. You are the first line of safety. So please, lead by example. Be a role model. Again guys, I'm GS380 with DOA Firearms. Subscribe to our channel and also click the bell icon just so that you can be notified whenever we release new videos. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so give us a follow. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to comment on this video, any of our posts, or send us a direct message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Stay safe and be safe.